The way that I make a rinse is, first of all, I make sure we have apple cider vinegar. Make sure it's organic and it says with the mother. And you're gonna find at the very bottom sediment. So make sure to shake it, okay, before you start this. Next, you're gonna need a bottle of water. If you do use tap water, I do recommend that you boil it. And last and certainly not least, you're gonna need astringent. In this case, I'm using witch hazel, and that's because it stings far less than alcohol. In fact, I've read some veterinary literature where it says witch hazel actually refreshes the dog's ear without causing sting. These are the 3 products that we're gonna use to make this. Make sure to use a measuring cup. The recipe is rather simple. You're gonna use 1 part vinegar, 1 part water, 1 part witch hazel. Depending how many dogs you have is gonna depend how much you're gonna use. I use just enough to be able to wet 2 paper towels for each ear that I'm gonna be going into. And if I'm gonna be doing paws, then I do add a little bit more. So per dog, I'm gonna be probably using anywhere between 2 to 3 ounces. For this scenario, I'm gonna show you how to make 6 ounces of this. So, like I said, we're gonna be doing the same amount for each ingredient. So we're gonna do 2 ounces of apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar is gonna break down yeast or fungi, break down the cell walls for you. Next up, you got water, which it's all there. The reason water is there is simply to dilute the vinegar, otherwise it could be too strong. And the witch hazel is nothing more than astringent. Okay, and there it is. We have 6 ounces of the mix. Like I said, 1 part apple cider vinegar, 1 part water, 1 part witch hazel. Okay, so guys, I have my concoction in here. We're literally just gonna throw a paper towel in there, get it all nice and wet, get rid of the excess fluid, okay? And you're gonna be left with this right here. This is what we're gonna be cleaning his ear with. It's okay. So he doesn't want to give me his paw. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into his ear, right? And all the way down there. And we're gonna clean with this, right? The entirety of the ear. This is why I do this every 2 or 3 days, because that's the type of buildup you're gonna get in 2 or 3 days. So you gotta make sure you go all the way in there and you clean everywhere. There you go. Once you have it like that, fire, stop. Once you have it like that, okay, you know you've cleaned it well. After you dry really, really well, then you want to let them sit down for a good half hour to 45 minutes. Massage them there, everywhere. Let those ears dry off. And once we're done with the ears drying off, then we're going to be adding Lotrimin, which is clotrimazole. It's going to look just like this. So I'm not going to put this on my boy Fireball, but I'm just going to show you the amounts that I would put would be a pea size. So the way I do it is I go ahead and raise what little flap he's got, and I'm going in to the bottom, and then I'm gonna be massaging it in right here like that, all the way at the bottom. And the same goes with this ear. I would just basically pull the flap, and as I'm holding the flap, I'll go all the way down. And then once it's on there, all we're gonna do is massage the ears. Kind of like when you do this and you feel the entire cartilage, right? The ear's cartilage in your hands. You massage it in there. The other thing I'm gonna show you that we use on our dogs is meconazole nitrate, which is an antifungal. You're gonna find it in many veterinarian creams and products. This one is Athlete's Foot liquid spray. It's really cheap. It cost me, I think it was $7, and literally you could just spray it right on. Come here, Fire. Come here. Get down. Let me see the other paw. Good boy. Okay. Come here. Come here. I know you don't like the spray. spraying it on the foot or on hot spots, the spray actually makes life a lot easier. But Fireball really doesn't like sprays, but guys, this is really good to get that orange tinge off of the nails and get anything going off of the foot. Just make sure you're not spraying this on there if it's very irritated. If you have irritated skin, we're gonna talk about that a little bit later, but look, that's how easy it is. You could then run your fingers through. So if Fireball had a hot spot, say over here somewhere, right? Just shake it and just a quick little spray. Really, that's all you need is a quick little spray. And go ahead and run your fingers through if you can, okay? If it's on the paws, we all know Fireball doesn't like spraying his paws, right? But all you gotta do is spray, run your fingers through, and that's it. It's really that easy. See, little buddy? So essentially, let me get Fireball over here because he already knows that this is gonna be applied to him and he doesn't like the idea. Come here, Bubba's. Come here. That's a good boy. He doesn't want to bring in the other full leg. If you notice, he has it under here on purpose because he wants to make sure he doesn't get no stinking sprays. He really doesn't like spray. I mixed baking soda with this Desenex. What baking soda is going to do is change the pH on your dog's coat, changing the environment so yeast doesn't want to grow. Also keeps them dry and deodorized. Desenex will relieve itching and burning and scaling. Also attacks and absorbs moisture. All-day odor control. In addition, it has miconazole nitrate 2%, which is an antifungal that you're going to find in most veterinary products. So now that we have it nice and mixed, give it a nice good last shake. And say my boy Fireball had hot spots here, or he had something going on in his paws, you could actually go ahead and put this on there. Now, if you're gonna add it on the paws, you have to make sure that they are not irritated, okay? Again, I'm gonna explain to you guys later on, what do we do if we have too much irritation, whether on the skin or on the dog's paws. But the easiness of use of this is if you were to put it on your dog, like we just put it on Fireball, and then you just spread it around like that, and that's pretty much it. What this is gonna do, miconazole, it's not gonna allow yeast to reproduce and it's gonna break the cell walls of yeast. Therefore, breaking down yeast where it's at. There goes Fireball. He really doesn't like me using him as a model, but that's fine. I will now show you what it is that you use whenever you have serious irritation. So we have some of our natural cream. Is there something natural you can feed your dogs to fight itchy skin? Yes. Fungus. Yes. Bacteria. Yes. Teeth plaque. Yes. Inflammation. Yes. Pyometria. Yes. Fungi in the nail. The answer is yes. You're gonna need coconut oil, 2 cloves of garlic, a bulb of ginger, a grater, a measuring cup. Add 1 cup of coconut oil. Dice and mince the garlic. Add to coconut oil. Grate the ginger bowl. Add to garlic and coconut oil. Set stove at lowest setting. Once melted, go ahead and mix any way you know how. Now we add a tablespoon of turmeric. You didn't see that coming out, did you? Now go ahead and mix. But wait, don't forget black pepper. Now mix again. After 10 minutes of cooking, put in a container and let sit for an hour. If your dog were to have irritation in between his paws, I would suggest just getting a little dab like that and going right in between right there. Right in between like that. Right in between and on the nail. Right? All the way back. Hold on, Bubba's. It's okay. It's okay, puppy. Right? So if your dogs do lick this, it's not going to hurt them, but it's definitely going to lower the effectiveness of it. Come here, Bubba's. Yeah, I know. And dogs really like this in their food, by the way. Look, this guy, he does this every day. We're putting in his food. That's nothing more than coconut oil with garlic, ginger, turmeric, and black pepper. And there you have it. It's both a topical cream and you could actually feed it to the dogs. It's not going to hurt them in any way whatsoever. So in between, right? And then right on the nail, all the way back. This is very effective. If they lick this up, oh well, no big deal. It's anti-inflammatory, so it's going to reduce inflammation, which is one of the main causes for yeast. Also, for those of you that have a dog with a nose, come here, buddy, put it on your nose. If you have a dog with dry nose, that's what you want to add on their dry nose, right? Let them lick it off if they want to. Put it on there a couple times a day. I have coconut oil here. If you don't feel comfortable using the paste, you don't have to. You could also just use coconut oil. Put the coconut oil here just to get him entertained. But what's important is that you go in between the toes with the coconut oil first, then you add whatever product you're gonna add on top of that. We have found that that lowers irritation, and it also allows the product to do its magic. Make no mistake about it, everything we've shown you was caused because at some point immunity was compromised. Once spring rolls around and all that pollen is in the air, and eventually when that humidity gets there, that's a direct attack to your dog's immune system. We counter that with New Vet and New Joint DS. Our all ingredients are 100% natural. It is cold pressed and not cooked so that it can be bioavailable for your dog at all times. We've had many viewers send in pictures of what New Vet has done for them, but best of all, keeps your dog away from the vet. Vets don't ask me, what am I giving my dogs in order for them to not come in? Because in reality, that's not making money for Big Vet or for Big Pharma. So do yourself and your dog a favor. If you want to maximize your dog's potential, if you want to see healthy coats, if you want to see clean, non-orange tinged nails, if you want to fight yeast from the inside, if you want to get rid of dietary orthopedic issues, make sure to get New Vet and New Joint DS for as little as $1.67 a day. Once you order through AutoShip, you get an additional 13% off. You also get a free consult one-on-one with me for 20 minutes. We could talk about your dog's diet, any flaws they may have, and if there's anything else up my sleeve that I can help you with. 100% natural supplement, cold pressed, not cooked, so it can be bioavailable for your dog at all times, made at human food grade level, and here's the kicker. It's never been recalled. Now, kibble is not the best thing to be feeding your dogs. If you are feeding kibble, do yourself a favor. Make sure you know what ingredients in kibble it is that is causing yeast infections and other things in your dogs. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that link here, but if you're tired of feeding kibble and you wanna learn how to feed raw, I'm gonna leave a link right here.